What is the supreme law of the land? The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. What does the Constitution do? The Constitution sets up the government, defines the government, and protects basic rights of Americans. You're only going to need to memorize one of these answers. So pick one and commit that to memory. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? We the people. What is an amendment? An amendment is a change or an addition to the Constitution. You only need to know one of these. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? The Bill of Rights. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? Speech, religion, assembly, press, and petition the government. Once again, you only need to memorize one of these. How many amendments does the Constitution have? The Constitution has 27 amendments. What did the Declaration of Independence do? It announced our independence, it declared our independence, or it said that the United States is free. You only need to pick one. What are 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence? Life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness. What is freedom of religion? Freedom of religion is that you can practice any religion or not practice a religion. What is the economic system in the United States? The economic system in the United States is a capitalist economy or a market economy. What is the rule of law? It means that everyone must follow the law, that leaders must obey the law, that the government must obey the law, and no one is above the law. You only need to memorize one of these. Name one branch or part of the government. Congress, legislative, president, executive, the courts, and judicial. Now you only need to memorize one of these. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Checks and balances, or separation of powers. Either answer would work. Who is in charge of the executive branch? The president is in charge of the executive branch. Who makes federal laws? Congress, or the Senate and House of Representatives, or the legislature. You only need to know one of these answers. What are the 2 parts of the U.S. Congress? The Senate and the House of Representatives. The 2 parts of Congress are the Senate and the House of Representatives. How many U.S. senators are there? $100. There are 100 U.S. senators. We elect a U.S. senator for how many years? Six. We elect a U.S. senator for 6 years. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? Now this answer will vary, and you're going to want to look up your state's senators online whenever you get a moment. Now every state has 2 senators, and you only need to memorize one name. So pick one name and commit it to memory. Additionally, if you live in Washington, D.C., now your answer will be different. You will say that there are no U.S. senators for Washington, D.C. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? $435. The House of Representatives has 435 representatives. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years? Two. We elect a U.S. representative for 2 years. Name your U.S. representative. Like before, the answers for this question will vary. You're going to want to look up your state's U.S. representative online. Now, if you live in Washington, D.C., then your answer will be different, and your answer is that there are no voting U.S. representatives in Washington, D.C. Who does a U.S. senator represent? All people of the state. A U.S. representative represents all people of the state. Why do some states have more representatives than other states? All 3 of these answers say the same thing. So, because of the state's population, we elect a president for how many years? We elect a president for 4 years. In what month do we vote for president? We vote for president in November. What is the name of the President of the United States now? Well, it looks like the flashcards don't tell us, but the President of the United States currently is Joe Biden. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? Again, they don't tell us on the flashcards here, but the Vice President of the United States currently is Kamala Harris. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The vice president. If the president can no longer serve, the vice president becomes president. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The Speaker of the House will become president if the president and the vice president can no longer serve. Who is the commander-in-chief of the military? The president is the commander-in-chief of the military. Who signs bills to become laws? The president signs bills to become laws. Who vetoes bills? The president vetoes bills. What does the president's cabinet do? The president's cabinet advises the president. What are two cabinet-level positions? Now here's a list of cabinet-level positions. You only need to memorize two. I recommend Attorney General and Vice President, but you can pick any two of these. What does the judicial branch do? The judicial branch reviews laws, explains laws, resolves disputes, or decides if a law goes against the Constitution. You'll only need to memorize one of these answers. What is the highest court in the United States? The Supreme Court is the highest court in the United States. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? The current answer of Supreme Court justices is 9. There are 9 justices on the Supreme Court. The USCIS didn't put it on this flashcard, and that's because that number can change over time. When a justice retires, or when there's just a vacancy that hasn't been filled yet. But the number of justices on the Supreme Court currently is 9. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? The USCIS also did not put this up, but the Chief Justice of the United States now is Chief Justice John Roberts. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? To print money, to declare war, to create an army, and to make treaties. You only need to memorize one of these. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states? Provide schooling and education, provide protection, provide safety, give a driver's license, and approve zoning and land use. You only need to memorize one. Who is the governor of your state now? The USCIS did not post this because the governor of your state will change from time to time. You're going to want to go online and look this answer up. And for Washington, D.C. residents, you should answer that D.C. does not have a governor. What is the capital of your state? The USCIS also did not put this answer up because everybody who's watching this probably lives in a different state. So your answer will vary. You're going to want to go online and look that up. And if you live in Washington, D.C., you're going to answer that D.C. is not a state and does not have a capital. What are the two major political parties in the United States? The Democratic and Republican parties are the two major political parties in the United States. What is the political party of the president now? The USCIS did not put this up, but the Democratic political party is the political party of the president. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? The USCIS did not put this up. However, the current Speaker of the House of Representatives is Nancy Pelosi. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Citizens 18 and older can vote. You don't have to pay a poll tax to vote. Any citizen can vote, and a male citizen of any race can vote. You only need to memorize one of these. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? The answers could be to serve on a jury or to vote in a federal election. You only need one of these, so memorize one or the other. Name one right only for United States citizens. One right that belongs only to United States citizens is to vote in a federal election or run for federal office. What are two rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom to petition the government, freedom of religion, or the right to bear arms. You only need to know two of these, so memorize two. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? When we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we are pledging loyalty to the United States or the flag. What is one promise you make when you become a U.S. citizen? To give up loyalty to other countries, to defend the Constitution and laws of the United States, to obey the laws of the United States, to serve in the U.S. military if needed, and to serve or do important work for the nation if needed, and be loyal to the United States. You only need to memorize one of these. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? Citizens have to be 18 and older to vote for president. What are two ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? Americans can vote, join a political party, help with a campaign, join a civic group or a community group, give an elected official their opinion on an issue, call their senators or representatives, publicly support or oppose an issue or policy, run for office, and write to a newspaper. You only need to know two of these for your test. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? April 15th is the last day you can send in your federal income tax forms. When must all men register for the Selective Service? Men must register for the Selective Service at age 18 or between 18 and 26. What is one reason colonists came to America? They came to America for freedom, political liberty, religious freedom, economic opportunity, to practice their religion, or escape persecution. Colonists came for these reasons. You only need to memorize one of them. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? American Indians or Native Americans. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? People from Africa or Africans were taken to America and sold as slaves. Why did the colonists fight the British? The colonists fought the British because of high taxes, because the British Army stayed in their houses, and because they didn't have self-government. You only need to memorize one of these. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? On July 4th, 1776, there were 13 original states. Name 3. Here's a list of all 13 states: New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. You only need to memorize 3 of these states. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? The Constitution was written, or the Founding Fathers wrote the Constitution. When was the Constitution written? The Constitution was written in 1787. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name 1 of the writers. James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, or Publius. You only need to memorize 1 of these names. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? Benjamin Franklin is famous for being a U.S. diplomat, the oldest member of the Constitutional Convention, the first Postmaster General of the United States, writer of Poor Richard's Almanac, and he started the first free libraries. You only need to memorize 1 of these answers. Who is the father of our country? George Washington is the father of our country. Who was the first president? The first president was George Washington. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Louisiana, or the Louisiana Territory. The United States purchased the Louisiana, or the Louisiana Territory, from France in 1803. Name 1 war fought by the United States in the 1800s. We have 4 wars. We have the War of 1812, the Mexican-American War, the Civil War, and the Spanish-American War. You only need to memorize 1 of these wars. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The war fought between the North and the South was the Civil War. Name 1 problem that led to the Civil War. Slavery, or economic reasons, or states' rights. You only need to memorize 1. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, also called the Emancipation Proclamation. Abraham Lincoln saved or preserved the Union, and he led the United States during the Civil War. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? The Emancipation Proclamation freed the slaves, or freed the slaves in the Confederacy or Confederate States. You only need to memorize 1. What did Susan B. Anthony do? Susan B. Anthony fought for women's rights, or fought for civil rights. You only have to memorize one of these. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. We have 5 wars. We have World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and the Gulf War. One war fought by the United States in the 1900s was World War I. Who was president during World War I? Woodrow Wilson was president during World War I. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin Roosevelt was the president during the Great Depression and World War II. Who did the United States fight in World War II? The United States fought Japan, Germany, and Italy in World War II. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? Eisenhower was in World War II. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? Communism was the main concern of the United States during the Cold War. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? The Civil Rights Movement tried to end racial discrimination. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? Martin Luther King Jr. fought for civil rights or worked for equality for all Americans. You only need to know one. What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States? On September 11th, 2001, terrorists attacked the United States. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Now, there is a very large list of names of different tribes in the United States. You only need to memorize one. We recommend the Cherokee tribe. Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States. We have the Missouri River or the Mississippi River. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? The Pacific Ocean is on the west coast of the United States. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? The Atlantic Ocean is on the east coast of the United States. Name one U.S. territory. We have 5 U.S. territories: Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, the Northern Mariana Islands, or Guam. You only need to memorize one. Name one state that borders Canada. Now, there are 13 states that border Canada. We have Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, and Alaska. You only need to memorize one. Name one state that borders Mexico. We have 4 states that border Mexico. We have California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. You only need to memorize one. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States. Where is the Statue of Liberty? The Statue of Liberty is in New York, or the New York Harbor, or the Statue of Liberty is on Liberty Island. Now there are other acceptable answers, such as New Jersey, near New York City, or on the Hudson River. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies, or because the stripes represent the original colonies. Either answer will work. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Because there is one star for each state. What is the name of the national anthem? The name of the national anthem is the Star-Spangled Banner. When do we celebrate Independence Day? We celebrate Independence Day on July 4th. Name 2 national U.S. holidays. There are 10 U.S. national holidays. We have New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. You only need to memorize 2.